What are you doing, Nubs? What are you doing? What's wrong? What are you doing, Nubs? That little scourge right there has been harassing me non-stop. That's Nubs. See? See? I sat down. Good morning, folks. Shit, by now you know me. This is Adam. I got a cat. Nubs. What do you do? But it is time for Sunday morning coffee. Oh, about midweek we got the interwebs turned back on up here, which is handy. I did shoot some footage this weekend, or last week and this weekend. I've been real relaxed about shooting footage. There hasn't been a lot going on to shoot footage about. So, given that blah week, and it's not like we weren't busy, but we buffed out a car. Let me see, last night I painted a fender. You know, I mean, there's just nothing to show on that. Ugh. Alright. I got situated. The cat's not harassing me anymore. We've just been busting at it. I think we might finally be getting to a point of stability. Let's see what the next few months hold. I'm genuinely concerned. It looks like I landed a gig, basically part-time manufacturing these paint booths and cook ovens, which would be dandy because that'd mean I get my hands on blueprints for a paint booth and where to order my shit from. You know, something like that's gotta be a fair amount negotiating steel prices and labor. There's been some big stuff going on in the news, and I'm not going to try to offer out an opinion. I'm not educated on the subject enough to know. But I know this. At the end of it all, when there's no other recourse, when we're all, quote, equal, there's one color that makes any real difference in this existence, in a political or higher social means, and that's green. And it is of my opinion, through observing history, every generation we get thrown a circumstance that polarizes and separates us common people. We're not of the upper crust, the ruling class, let's face it. There is a ruling class. It seems to me, by reading, by watching, by listening to the elders, every generation something happens to polarize and drive a wedge between the common castes. And almost every time it is the tool is race. I don't know. They're gonna be a lot more made from by unity for us, the common folk. A lot more can be done by unity. I think at this point everybody should be outraged that shit's fucked up. Black, white, green, purple, orange, I don't care what color. Common people, the working classes, should be standing up and being pissed off about how things are screwed up, not splitting a division through the ranks of the working class people. It's an opinion, and everybody's got one. They all stink. So there's mine for the day. I got a pre-EGR still running points and condensers motor for my Dart that absolutely none of you have seen. It's sitting in storage, wrecked. I'm gonna drag it home, start tearing it apart, gonna rebuild it somehow, some way. But as you know, if you take up the mantle as professional car builder, your shit gets stuffed to the back of the heap indefinitely. And that's just part of the game, part of the gig. Woke up in a weird ass dream. I dreamt my backyard was about half the size it is now, but I woke up and there was a contractor there and had enclosed the whole sumbitch with a roof and lighting and like, that's interesting. No windows, no in or out really. I don't know. I don't dream. I don't recall my dreams. So to wake up from something like that was just odd. Though it would be nice. Here in Iowa, it gets too hot in the summer to work outside on a car. And it's too cold in the winter to work on a car. We get about 3 months a year of clear enough weather where it's not raining, cold, or too hot to hang out outside and do what we got to do, or have the shop doors open, or and that's not 3 months running. That's a week here, a week there, all of September, usually part of October. I need more space. I'm choking on my work right now. I wish I'd shot footage last night painting this Benz fender. I don't know what happened. This Benz has got a salvage title, I guess, and they did the body work well enough, like 90%, on this fender, and they painted it, and they had big old solvent pops. It was dull. The clear coat wasn't even and level, and I tried out a new product because my main supplier ran out of what I usually use. I painted a rust repair job, and clear coat's clear coat, and that's not true. They all have a different read to them. This one here, I use a lot of high-tech clear. It's a lower end brand, and these repairs is perfect. And this stuff, you can lay it down on one big heavy sheet. It won't solvent pop out. It won't, it just lays out. But you've got to get it to where it's laying out. If it's not just a little chicken-footed, it'll be all orange peely and screw up. This other stuff I got, it will lay out. It flows out for a while. It flows out real nice, so long as you build up three coats, your tack coat into a full wet coats, textbook style. But I laid the clear down on this Benz fender, and it laid out like glass. I've got to denib it. I'm really, really happy. I gotta go out there in a little while, wet sand and buff a whole lot. maybe bust out the airbrush on some of it. I told the guy an airbrush paint repair will still leave blushing, but at least it'll look better than it does now. Looks like they attacked the son of a bitch with tempera black and kitty Crayola brushes in sections. I don't know. It's awful. Oh man. So yeah, I was offline for 10 days, and I gotta tell you, it was kind of nice. I've kind of taken a hiatus from, but like I said, I got footage coming up. We've got a Mazda repair that we had to get a shrinker stretcher for. In Iowa, rust is the rule, not the exception. And the only good way to build a wheel arch is shrinker stretcher set. So, I actually had footage of that. Never used one before. Friday. But I used my shrinker stretcher Friday and filed up one piece pretty good. I decided to tackle the more complex side of the vehicle. It's the wheel arches and the rear wheels that are rotted out. I decided to try to tackle the more complex side of the car first. My uncle always taught me, smash the most complex, difficult problem in the face and work your way backwards. By the end of the day, you're exhausted, frustrated, and just don't want to be there no more. All you got left is simple work. I always try to bear that in mind. Keys were found for the 1967 Mercedes. That was hot. I just need more space to tear shit apart. Fuck. I need more space. Alright, I gotta put a tune-up on my pickup my aunt gave me. I think it'll fire after I give it a tune-up and drain the tank. Really, that's it, folks. I enjoyed my birthday hanging out with two buddies of mine. I got engine transmission for my Dart that are vintage, you know, they're the older, probably higher compression, I'm going to assume, from the year it's got to be. 74 across the board in America, pretty much, you know, generic rule of thumb. 74, that was the last year of points for most manufacturers. So this engine's, I'm hoping it's from the earlier 70s still. Engine that's in the Dart right now is fine, but I think it's from the 80s. And they're both going to get rebuilt anyhow, so it hardly matters. But I want some old in my Dart. It's not original. I'm going to put it together the way I want it to. I'm going to do some fun stuff on that car, and it's going to take me a long time to build. So, until next time, y'all enjoy your coffee. Go out there, do something cool. Don't sit on your hands. So much of life is wasted by those sitting around talking about what they're going to do. I was one of those guys. I just get out there and do it now. I try not to talk about it anymore. Best laid plans always seem to fall through. So I got an outline of where I'm going, where I'm heading, what I'm doing, and I just follow the bullet points. I'm not trying to make detailed sketches of what's going on. I get this part-time gig manufacturing these booths and shit. I'll take you guys along with me. It sounds like it would be kind of neat for the first couple. I just hope to God old boy's got a power shear and a decent press brake, or at very least, a decent brake that I can hit that steel he's using. I don't know. I show up with hand tools, gloves, helmet. It's kind of weird. I've never worked in a facility before where I'm not using my gear. And the story there is it's Advanced Engineering is the company. It's my kid brother's dad. He's a car guy, so I just called him up seeing if he had any work. If he knew anybody. I know that he used to run around with the hot rod guys a little bit. He's like, well, come down there. I got some welding I need done. Now, first, of course, he quizzed me how my welding was. I do all right, especially on heavier stuff. That's what I'm formally trained to do. His welder, may the gods have mercy on him. His welder is sick and dying. And he had brought in temp help. And their work is awful. I'm a shitty ass fabricator, but I can kick that thing's ass. Those guys were awful. I'll get a crash course on blueprint reading. I'm good with blueprints. Residential, house, wood type blueprints. So I should be able to get along just fine. There's no fancy welds that I gotta worry about. Yep, that's the cat harassing me again. I'm sitting still too long, see? But, it'll be an interesting ride. It's basically gonna shove a bunch of our small work off the table. Bumper cover repairs, fender painting, quick exhaust jobs. They would, if it's steady, if it actually pops and does what we would hope, it'll eliminate those. I don't expect it to be steady, so it'll eliminate that work for a month or two at a time. This current project he's got slotted for 20 weeks. I think his guy originally, one man, came in 1 day a week for approximately 8 hours that one day. So, all fair in love and war, you've got 160 man hours. As long as I can negotiate a fair wage, we're good to go. Y'all take care. Have a good one. It's a beautiful day up here in Iowa. And I'm going to enjoy mine in the shop. I think girl's got to work, so she's got to take off in a couple hours to do that. I'm going to do my thing.